Welcome back to the show. My goodness, the thing I love about this show is that we tell you everything that's going on in the city. We introduce you to interesting people, interesting places to visit, people that say, it's the city that fun forgot. You're just not looking in the right places. And honestly, the Canadian Museum of Nature, I hate to show any bias because I love all my museums, but it is my favorite, and I'm going to come out there and say it. And because they do so many creative and unique things, and here to tell us about everything that's happening at the museum, we're joined by Kasia Majewski. Kasia, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thanks so much.
You and I were just talking, you're the head of marketing there, and I asked you, how long have you been there? You said, 7 years. I said, and do you still love it? And your response?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you love about it? Well, I mean, it must be a special place to work.
It's a special place to work. I mean, the team is very creative. We have the opportunity to work on amazing things together, but being able to interact with the public, seeing kids, the joy in their eyes, and it's a fabulous institution to sort of get to connect with the community and with people in that way.
And those connections must have picked up. Tell me what the sort of the spring and summer has looked like so far at the museum.
It's been amazing, and I think a huge thank you to the Ottawa community for the support that we've seen coming out of COVID. And we had incredible attendance last summer. We have incredible attendance again right now, so people are really coming out to the institution, now that they're able to, and really enjoying the museum, which is fabulous. And we have a lot of things going on right now, which I know you're going to ask me about.
Yeah, today. Absolutely. Well, and I love that you mentioned the community of Ottawa, right? I think when people think museum, they think tourists, which is very important for our museums, for our restaurants, hotels, you name it. But the residents of Ottawa, I think they are the ones that are keeping these great institutions going. So you mentioned, lots of things happening. Nature Nocturne, I forgot to mention, by the way, and I'll talk about this at the end of the show as well. Lee DeMarb's film is part of Pride. And I mentioned that because on August 25th, your next Nature Nocturne, that is the theme, right?
It is. We're incredibly pleased and proud to be partnering with Capital Pride and to be a Pride signature event. So the theme is very much Pride Week and Pride. So for those that don't know it, Nature Nocturne is our adults only. Leave the kids at home. Get the babysitter. It's 19 plus. And we just light up the entire museum. We have 6 bars, we have 3 dance floors, and those are all throughout the museum in different spaces. So it's an incredible opportunity to have a nice night out, a fun night out, but in a museum. So you're experiencing the museum in a really different way.
Yeah.
For this particular nocturne, we're going to have special drag performances by 5 of Ottawa's top drag artists. And we also animate the spaces with a range of sort of, let's say, quasi-science programming. So you can learn really important things like about how plants have sex.
Oh, nice.
And about the penis bone. And we'll especially tell you about the walrus penis bone, because walruses apparently have significant penis bones.
I can imagine they would, yes.
So there's a lot of animation by our science experts and science interpreters as well. So a bit of fun, a bit of light science, a bit of alcohol, it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, and I mentioned to you, I've experienced it, my wife and I have gone, and the nice thing is, the exhibits are still open.
Yes.
It's like after dark, I almost feel like you shouldn't be there, and but it's true, because it's really cool experience. It's like, oh my goodness, and the lighting is dimmed, and then you mentioned the 3 dance floors, so is it different music on each of those?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So a bit of something for everybody. Our signature music sponsor is, of course, Jump, and so we have DJ Kid Gorgeous and 2 other DJs as well who animate different spaces with different vibes. Yeah.
Well, lots going on. Let's talk about some of the other things. You've got Under the Canopy, Animals of the Rainforest. Tell us about that exhibit.
We do, and I have my buddy here.
Who is this dude?
This is Gord the Sloth. It's our office sloth.
You couldn't bring the real one.
I couldn't bring the real one for you. So, I brought his body double. Under the Canopy is a wonderful special exhibit that we have on right now. It's a partnership with Little Rays Nature Center. I think you might know them. A really important exotic rescue here in the community. So it showcases exotic animals, all animals that you find in the rainforest. Most of Little Ray's animals are, of course, exotic pets that people then, for whatever reason, had to give up. And the star of the show is, of course, a sloth, but there's also lizards and little cute mini Amazonian frogs and a few snakes. I know that's not for everybody, but you sort of get, it's really about the rainforest.
They're not out there, though, the snakes, right? They're behind glass, so you don't have to necessarily worry about that.
Everyone is carefully contained.
Right. Right, you're safe. You're safe at the museum. What else is going on? You've got wolves and owls. Tell me, these are separate exhibits. Let's talk about those two.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on. I think, we sometimes hear from people, I visited you when I was young, when I was a kid, and I haven't been back since. I haven't been back in 10 years. And I have to tell people that things change all the time at the museum. So over the last 3 years, we've opened quite a few new exhibits. We have a live owl exhibition on the plaza that's also a Little Rays partnership. So you get to see 4 owls and a bald eagle, learn a bit about these fascinating birds. We have a wolves exhibit. Now that is a stunning photography-based exhibit.
Michelle Valberg,
very well-known photographer. Just beautiful, stunning images focusing on wolves and also coastal wolves and sort of demystifying some of what we know about wolves as the animal. Also, we have a Pacific Discovery tank. Now,
this is really cool.
It's amazing for young and old. Now, usually Thursdays and Saturdays, we open that up. We have our science interpreters there, and they will reach in. They'll take out some of these cool animals like sea stars, sea urchins, and you can gently touch them. You can learn about them. So really fun way to get up close and look at all the animals that live on the bottom of the ocean. So just fun experiences.
Well, and you have the usual things that are at the... and do you rotate them? I know that it's not a regular basis, but you must have a collection, right? That sometimes you can bring in some new pieces.
So definitely, a lot of what I'm talking about are things that change in our galleries. So we have 6 galleries that you'll always see, but parts of those galleries are changing. So our actually Discovery tank is in the back of our water gallery. But yes, there's always a change in the galleries, and it's just always something new. So we encourage everyone to visit.
We should mention Thursday evenings are a really special time at the museum, right?
Yeah, Thursday evenings, 5 to 8. That is the free hours. So especially for those in the community who may feel that admission is not achievable for them, paid admission, this is the time that we're open, and we welcome everybody in the community to come on in and see us.
And in October, you've got the open house coming up. Is that right?
We do, and that's actually not in our museum. That is in our other facility. So we have an incredible behind-the-scenes collection. Most museums, you're only seeing 1% to 2% on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, that's so hard to believe. Just 15 seconds here. Do you have tickets left for Nature Nocturne?
We do, but we're almost sold out. So if you want to go, act now.
There you go. Nature.ca is the place to go to get your tickets. Find out the entire schedule. You can buy tickets online as well. We'll be right back after this.